All right, y'all. I have 50 DDG Don't Doubt God shirts, 50 only. This is an exclusive brand, and I will not be printing any more unless I get 50 pre orders. So hit me up. Good morning, y'all. I'm up early with it. I'm up early with it. Check it out. So today, we're going to delve into the age old debate. Yeah, I had to do it. I just had to do it. Woke up this morning and it was on my mind. So I got to do it, man. I got to delve into it, man. We gonna get on this age old debate. LeBron versus MJ. Right. The king versus the goat. Right. Mm. So I know y'all probably don't want to, I'm asking that you stay here. Just stay here for a minute. Let me speak my PC. I have, I had the opportunity and privilege of living through the MJ era, and I am currently living through the LeBron era. So I do believe that I have the right to speak my piece. Right? So check it out. Check it out. I love LeBron, man. I love LeBron. I love what he represents. As of now, because y'all know how they do us. As of now, LeBron don't have no true smut on his name. Anything you've heard about anything he said or any decisions he's made, he's done some little things that you're like, bro, I don't know, you might be a little messed up. I don't know about you. But for the most part, man, Bron done stayed on the straight and narrow with us, right? Bron done kept it a buck with us. He had too much smut on his name, and anything that's been said, there hasn't been any proof. You know, um, Jordan, he did a lot of whining and crying, just like LeBron do from time to time, about teams being physical with him. He known for doing his smoking and gambling and kind of being rough and mistreating his fans and teammates. He had a little smut on his name. His daddy got killed. A lot of people tried to throw that on him. That was dirty. That was dirty. Ain't no conspiracy theorists. That his daddy was the father of the most popular man in America, one of the most popular men in the world, and we don't know what happened with that. So keep it respectful. Keep that man daddy name out your mouth. I'm sure never gonna keep his name out of mine. Making no assumptions. We talking about clearly basketball and clearly their influence on the world. So I'm gonna tell you the difference for me between Michael Jordan and LeBron James. LeBron James and Michael Jordan. And then I'll tell you who I think is the GOAT. At the end, I'll tell you who I think is the best. First off, LeBron James ain't seen a bit of college. Woo! Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. When when Jordan was 18, Bron was when Jordan was 19, Bron was uh, uh. When Jordan was 20, Bron was already uh, 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 NBA in it. You know what I'm talking about? So that's one of the biggest differences right there. Hey man, Bron hit his little old hit his little old growth spurt early. You know what I'm saying? He bust his corner real early. He was already getting to them M's when MJ was, North Carolina in it. He hadn't really got into his, he wasn't Air Jordan yet. He wasn't his airness yet. You know what I'm saying? So Bron kind of, in comparison, you kind of gotta, oh, Bron did, you know, get out there and hit his growth spurt a little earlier. But I gotta give it to Mike. Mike came with a hell of a catch up, you know what I'm saying? Even though it was two different, decades, two different generations. When Mike hit his super duper hard, you know. So as far as on the court, skill wise, um, LeBron, like Skip Bayless say, LeBron is the greatest driver of the ball ever. The greatest driver of the ball. That means catching the ball on the perimeter of the floor, doing what he needed to do to finish with two or to finish with two and an and one. Ain't nobody do that better than LeBron. I mean, nobody. Absolutely nobody. Right? Um, post up. I can it's no comparison. When it comes to post up for me. I've been seeing Michael Jordan with them big old hands catch that ball in the post and do his version of the dream shake. Really, really, he was dream shaking before I think Dream was shaking. Catching that ball in the post and uh, 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 fading and money in the bank. I'm talking about whether it's swish or whether it's off the backboard and swish post game. How many times you done seen Jordan in the post go baseline and just do something so nasty, something world changing. I'm talking about something so epic off that baseline, man, off a post move. You know, whether it's posterizing somebody or doing a reverse and it hitting the top of the backboard and still going in, or him it being in the air. And you like, man, ain't no way he's finna make that and swish. You know what I'm talking about? Some of the moves he did was just they just changed the game. You know what I'm saying? And people like to say, like, for the championships that Jordan won, and I said this for a while too, that if he had to face the teams that that LeBron faced in the finals, that the Bulls probably would have lost some of those. I can't really say that no more. I can't really say that no more because when you look back on the Bulls and the way they played in a more physical time. So it's kind of a bum comparison. Like you really can't compare that. You can't compare that. You know what I'm saying? You can't compare the way referees were refereeing the game in 93, you know what I'm saying? And 85 through 98, the way they're refereeing the game from 2002, 2003 up to now. You know what I'm saying? They'll call a foul for anything now. You know what I'm saying? You can't. The game don't really get physical until the playoffs start. Like NBA regular season is trash. Like who really watches that? I only LeBron and them don't even take that serious. Like they do it just enough to get in the playoffs. It seemed like because they know when the playoffs hit, that's when it's gonna get serious. They could care less about playoff position. If we gonna ball, we gonna ball. If we gonna do it, we gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? But that's another subject. Post game 3-point shooting. I ain't gonna even get into that one. You decide. Defense, absolutely. Michael Jordan is man one of the greatest defenders of the ball ever at his position. Hey man, look here. How many defensive championships he got? I don't even know. I don't even know, but I know it's a lot. And one thing I remember is Michael Jordan playing tenacious defense. Tenacious defense. Jordan wasn't the best ball handler. LeBron early on, because later in his career, his ball handling been a little suspect. And LeBron turned that thing over. I'm talking about in a clutch period in the game, he will turn that thing over. But we 20, 21, 22 years in. Early on he was a great handler of the ball. So I give LeBron with the ball handling, I give him a slight edge. You know what I'm saying? Mike kind of you'll catch him patting the ball with the middle of his hand. His hand was so big, but he wouldn't lose the ball. He'd damn near be palming it on the cool. So that might be up to for debate as well. A lot of y'all might think Mike had better handles. Free throw shooting, Mike, for sure. They just took back then. They just took more time to do things right. Right. They took more time to focus in on really strict and key components um, that contributed to the makeup of a player. Almost like how later on how we got to a point where they begin to take media training more serious. You know, one of those little small little essential things. They I think I really believe they paid more attention to that. So uh, Jordan definitely when it comes to free throw shooting. You can tell he prioritized his free throw shooting. Even the way he went to the line and went through his same routine every single time he shot free throws, to the point of even in game making a few free throws with his eyes closed. Come on. That's no debate. What else we gonna say? Um, Overall impact on the game. What we gonna say? Mid range shooting. Mid range shooting. Jordan was the king of mid range shooting. That's what he killed you at. That free throw area, that free throw, that in between the free throw and key area. That's what he killed you at. That's what he killed you. He killed you on the wing. He just totally destroyed you. Like I said, LeBron was the best driver of the ball ever. He gonna get to the hole. He gonna get to the hole, and he gonna get to the free throw line. Um, Same thing with Mike. He gonna get to the hole. He gonna get to the free throw line. He gonna get the and one. But when it comes to overall impact on the game, now this is the thing I want to talk about. These comparisons are really dead in the water, right? We still do them, but these comparisons are really dead in the water, um, because the players that we compare to Jordan, we don't even compare the players from his era. We compare the players 20 years, 10, 15, 20 years after Jordan had retired, right? The people that came in behind him. You know what I'm saying? Um, these are the people that we compare to him. But what you got to understand is all these players are baby Jordans. Kobe. Kobe ripped off his whole bag. Kobe ripped off his whole skill set. Kobe that really ripped off his mentality. Kobe had a father that played pro ball, so he was around different people. So he probably got a chance to see how Michael Jordan's personality really was. And he was like, man, in order for me to be like this, I gotta play like this. I gotta have a work ethic like this, and I have to have a personality and a character like this. So he ripped Mike from the top to the bottom, including the tongue hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Even the walk, he walked the same. I don't know. Kobe was truly bow legged, but he walked with that bow like Mike. You know what I'm saying? Wore his forearm band the same as Mike. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, look here. Everything that came after Jordan was a baby version of Jordan. Even if they say Mike wasn't their favorite player, I bet you Mike was in their game. See the difference between them and Mike? I can't really say because I wasn't around in the 70s. I was born in 81. I can't really say who Mike ripped off or who Mike game was similar to. A lot of people like to say Dr. J. The Dr. J glid in the air a little bit and you know did a little bit of trickery in the air. Maybe Mike got that from him. I don't know. Got to ask Mike. Maybe so. But as far as his overall game, man, they ripped off everything from Mike. They ripped off everything from Mike. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was influenced and inspired by Mike. Everybody had Mike shoes in the closet. I've never waited in the line for a pair of LeBrons. I'm sorry. I had a pair and they were very comfortable and I loved them a lot. I really want that exact pair of shoes again. They were way more comfortable than Jordans, but you got to think this is a shoe that was cultivated 15 years later, probably 15, 20 years later, right? So this shoe is aerodynamic. This shoe, you can go to sleep with this shoe on, man. Almost like having a pair of Crocs on. You wake up, you still got them on. That's how comfortable the LeBrons are. The Jordan 11s are, man, they'll, especially at my height and weight, hey, man, they'll put some calluses on your feet. But when you put them on, they clean enough to wear to a formal event. For sure. For sure. But you got Jordan 1 all the way up to what? 20 what? So they all made different. But I've never stood in the line for a pair of LeBrons. Um, I'm never standing in the line for a pair of LeBrons. But when it comes to them Jordans, just about everybody has a story about an epic adventure that they went on to secure a slot to get several pairs of Jordans. Yeah, that was the influence. So when you talk about the two, right? It's gonna always start on the court, but the debate is always going to end outside of the court. LeBron has done a bunch of great things in the community, sent so many kids to college, um, been so influential in the lives of so many, on the monetary side when it comes to giving back, when it comes to being a pillar, in his community. Um, Back then, everything wasn't televised, but I'm sure Jordan gave back a little bit. But, Jordan, he has this little dark cloud over his head where he was kind of like, Jordan was kind of a nigga. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot of nigga ways, and I don't knock him for that because he was born in a different generation. You know what I'm saying? The street snatched his father away. Who knows? What made him cold, or what made him to be the man that he is today. And I don't know the man that he is today. He may be different. Who knows if he still has that rough exterior. But all in all, never stood in line for a pair of LeBrons ever. And see, and that's where the two begin to separate, right? And me at this big age of 45, and me growing up most of my adult life in the LeBron era, you would think that I would side with LeBron being the GOAT over Mike. And this is where I reveal who the GOAT is to me. LeBron is the GOAT of durability. He's the GOAT of physicality. He's the GOAT of mental and physical wellness, to preparing and doing the things he needed to do in order to get to where he is now, in order to outlast everybody, to the point where he may not have won the most championships or have the best winning percentage, but he won at life because he was able to be present and he was able to be there. So he's broken damn near every record that exists. And there's no competing that. It's no competing with that. There's gonna be a long time before anybody can compete with that. There's gonna be a long time. It's gonna be a long time. So LeBron is the GOAT. He's the greatest of all times. He's the greatest of all times for the things that he's the greatest of all times for. But Mr. Michael, the air up there, sometimes I dream that he is me. I just want to be like Mike. Mike is the GOAT of it all. Worldwide impact. Still having the same effect on kids and adults alike today, off the court and on the court, was an absolute savage. You did not want to see him. You did not want to see him. You did not want to see him regular season. You did not want to see him playoffs. LeBron just did not have that killer in him, did not have that boogeyman in him that God put inside Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And I mean that with every drop of blood in my body. Seriously. I'm that serious. MJ is the man. He is the GOAT. From fashion influence to basketball influence to his swagger as an individual. And people did not just buy Jordan shoes. They bought Jordan shirts. They buy Jordan shorts. They buy Jordan socks. Yes, we buy it all. Y'all buy it all. I even seen football players with Jordan cleats on, playing football in them, because that's how loyal they are to the Jordan brand. It's like what Deion Sanders is to the NFL, Jordan is to the NBA. They got that influence on and off the field. And it was when it was time for them to come on, everybody made sure they was at home and in front of that TV. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. You can't debate that. You can't debate that. But before I let y'all go, I have to say this. Don't want to make this about race, but do want to make this about race, if you get where I'm coming from. What's the great white debate in sports or music? In our community, you hear Michael Jackson versus Prince all the time. There's always a comparison to be made, always with us. And a lot of times we don't even start the comparison. It's almost like we're in competition with one another when we are not our enemy. Um, we are not our competition. Our competition is just with winning in life. It's not with defeating the next black man. It's with winning in life and pushing our community forward as a people, right? Um Getting to a point where our community, people of color, um pushing our community to a point where we have broken the shackles of, I don't want to just say slavery because some of us were already here, in my opinion. Some of us were not on slave plantations. We were already here. Uh, a lot of us come from indigenous Indian tribes. Oh yeah, do your research. Do your research. I ain't gonna. This ain't the video for that. Um, we are simply not our enemy. Our enemy is failure. Our enemy is black on black crime. Our enemy is ignorance. Our enemy is being in competition with one another. Our enemy is being hateful to one another. Our enemy is being unforgiving of one another. That's our enemy. And the goal should be togetherness and moving us forward as a people, um, so that we can be held to an esteem where people would not only want to be around us, not only want to be like us, um, um, but would want to would want to. I'm experiencing a little brain fog. Y'all forgive me. Um, Wanting to view us with the esteem of any other human race that exists, and they may not ever see us as equals, but we damn sure can make them respect us. We damn sure can make them respect us, right? That's the one thing we can do, and we can make them respect us by respecting our damn selves. And that's what I really want to talk about. Um, there's no great white debate. You don't see a Dan Marino, Joe Montana debate constantly posted, constantly spoken about. You just don't see it. You just don't see it. And is it for what reason? Are we just a culture of people that are separative? Is it something that's genetically predisposed in us that makes us compete and separate from one another and want to outdo each other? Um, um, what is it? I don't see this. It seems to me like an agenda that's being pushed, right? So I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Maybe we can do another podcast or another speaking session, sitting session about it. And I'll turn my computer on, turn my webcam on, and I'll hit record, and I'll ask questions, and y'all can leave comments, and we'll discuss it again. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. Hey man, LeBron is the king. MJ is the GOAT. And that's what it is. Accept it. Be glad that you had a chance to enjoy both of them. And y'all have a wonderful day. Peace. All right, y'all. I have 50 DDG Don't Doubt God shirts, 50 only. This is an exclusive brand, and I will not be printing any more unless I get 50 pre-orders. So hit me up and secure yours today. Cash App, Zelle, cash on hand, whatever you got, hit me up. Let me know. Pre-order your shirt. This is going to be an exclusive line. Everybody's not going to get an opportunity to get one of these shirts. We're using these shirts to spread awareness. We're using these shirts as motivation. We're using these shirts to help everybody keep their relationship close with God, to let you know that He's the leader of your life. I'm not a preacher, I'm just a believer, and I know that this is the only thing that's going to keep us going forward and moving as a people. I believe in y'all, y'all believe in me. Let's do it.